Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this live section. Guys, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, like and share this video. Guys, share this and share the link to your friends to join as well, to get the headline we have for today. Guys, breaking news. Something terrible just happened. Something terrible just happened. If you have anything to say, share your thoughts under the comment section. Let's talk about it. So guys, something terrible just happened. Honestly, something happen. So now, guys, remember the time Soludo came out and said 99.9% of the people buying people are in the east. In fact, 99% if they have caught 100 criminals, 99.9% are Igbo people. He said they are not headsmen, they are people that are conducting this attack. Something happened in Anambra State yesterday. A young girl and her brother was kidnapped by suspected Fulani terrorists. I'm going to play a video to get what this girl said. The girl stated that it is Fulani that kidnapped her and her brother. They ended up buying the brother and left her. Guys, I will play that video. Just stay to the end of this live section and get the full gist. But I'm actually saying this because Governor Soludo came out a certain time to say that if they have caught 100 persons, that 99.9% are Igbo people. So now this video has just proved that Soludo actually lied. See, you cannot just come out. He went to UK. He went outside the country to make this statement, which is very wrong. How can you go and make this kind of statement, trying to blame criminality on Igbo people? You're trying to say that all the whole people in Igbo land are criminals. All the whole people in Igbo land are criminals. This is actually very wrong. So now, what do you call a leader who sees his people bleeding, yet choose to speak in statistics instead of the truth? Why do they keep lying? Even the ones happening in Imo State, they still say it's Fulani headsmen. See now, this statement by Soludo is making Fulani headsmen, giving them the emboldening them to continue the crimes. Yes, now because they are the ones doing all these things, and then they'll come out in the public to defend them, labeling another people, another tribe. In Anambra, like I said, I'm going to play you that video, to hear what this girl said, how they treated her. Guys, you see what these Fulani men did to these people, I don't even know how to start saying it, because what kind of act is this? How can you tell a girl? How can you tell? Okay, according to what the girl said, I'll still play a video. The girl said that they told her to remove her clothes, and then told the brother to sleep with her, which the brother refused. Imagine siblings. What kind of act is this? And the boy refused. He said, than doing this, buy me instead. Guys, this was how they used started buying this, but they said that how Fulani will do their killing. They don't sometimes they use a gun, sometimes they use machetes. They started butchering this boy. Guys, you can see what is going on. Look at what these Fulani people are doing. But later, Southeast governors will betray Indibo and defend Fulani terrorists. What do you call a leader who sees his people bleeding yet choose to speak the statistics instead of the truth, instead of his truth? No, the brother never made it alive anyways. The brother, they buy the brother, and the sister had to escape. Now, you see, his blood now stains our soil, and yet Governor Soludo tells the world that 99.9% of criminals in Anambra are Igbos, not Fulani. Today, we are going to tear apart that narrative with facts, history, and the plane of reality. Guys, stay with me. I have a lot. Guys, remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been actually warning us of these Fulani men. Right from time, even before Soludo became the governor of Anambra State, he has been warning them because of these Fulani men. Is that his warning? It's not happening today. It's happening today in our very eyes, guys. It's happening today. A family has been shattered. A sister will forever with the horror of that night, guys. The screams, the fear, and the image of her brother's lifeless body, guys. This is not a debate statistic. This is human blood crying for justice. Before we even touch Soludo's claims, we must ask, where is the empathy? Where is the leadership? Where is the truth? Guys, Governor Soludo's words are not harmless. They are not just political spin. When he says 99.9% of criminals are Igbos, he is trying to deflect blames away from violent Fulani herdsmen who have for years brought bloodshed into eastern communities, undermining the lived reality of families who have lost loved ones to Fulani terrorist attack, rewriting the security narrative to downplay external threats and focus on internal scapegoating. Guys, stay with me. Like I said, I'm going to play a video where this girl stated that Fulani terrorist fired her brother. Guys, even beside her, you even see, you know, oh my God, I don't know how to explain this, but you're going to see the video. It's actually a horrible one. Imagine a governor that would have, unite and speak for his people is trying to like blame them for different attacks going on. Even in Imo State, the governor of Imo State will tell you that there is no Fulani headers in Imo State, that it is Igbo people. Imagine the betrayal. Imagine the betrayal. Now, without wasting much of your time, take a look at this video where this girl came out to say it is Fulani terrorists. Guys, take a look.
Okay. West side would eat better. I would eat better now. Everything on that one side now. I will let my piano. Emmanuel. The blues over them my boy legal. West side would eat better. I would eat better. I did course for me. I thought I want them I have fully. Answer was like, yes, now you boo. Then Emmanuel.
Go as I book in Emmanuel.
Definitely. I work close for me. West side lie down. I lie down. I see me for me for I say I didn't know or just no man me. Come on, no question you. Market is in Tiziamo.
It is a mabuta going
Emmanuel.
Then do good of the young. It is a mabuta of young. So, Messi didn't give me again.
I was some more looking up Naka until I open Naka. I said, my music say, I said, my also. Bomb was also isn't me. I crack ebb. We need to say about my ebb. Also, that is in the Fulani. Our brothers also that was has to apply with the other. More about also weapon.
But there was a Kaza
Uzo Amansi.
Okay. But everyone of Maya, you could assume me whether the tenancy.
So guys, this girl said, she explained what happened in Igbo. But in case you don't understand, in case you don't understand what she said, let me now explain to you. She said that Fulani men killed her brother, that they kidnapped the two. They kidnapped her and her brother, and then they told the girl to remove her clothes so that the brother can lie with her, can sleep with her. Then the brother refused and said, "I'm doing this by me instead. I will not do that. I will not do that." That he refused to do it. He said he will not do it. Instead, by me. Guys, that was when they now finished this boy with machete guy. That was how they finished him. The boy could not make it, guys. Unfortunately, the boy died in the process. And then the girl started narrating how everything happened. She escaped, entered the river and escaped. Guys, this thing is happening in Anambra State. The same governor, it is Fulani men, the same governor that is saying, the same governor of Anambra State is coming out to say that is not the attacks going on in Anambra State is not, or in the east is not Fulani men, that it is Igbos without evidence. You come to the public and spill out something as controversial as this without evidence. Guys, you can see the evidence, right? You've watched the evidence to tell you that you see Fulani men, they're actually the ones. Go to Yamufu, they are tired of these Fulani men. Fulani men who come to your land, destroy your farm, buy farmers, chasing them out of their farm, out of their homes. Go to Yamufu, they protested, even Reverend Fathers. They went as far as protesting on the road. In Enugu State, they were protesting, saying that Fulani men are disturbing them and they should leave Yamufu alone. Go to Ebonyi. The same Fulani men too, but this Eastern governor will come out and tell you that it's not Fulani men, that it's Igbos, without no evidence. Without evidence. You guys know how many houses they burnt in Ebonyi State, guys. So you can see, Fulani militants, they have been named by international human rights report self and the Nigerian security agencies as major actors in rural massacre across Benue, Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra, and beyond. From Nibo in Enugu in 2016 to Ozubulu killings in 2017 and recent Anambra kidnappings, Fulani-linked attacks are not urban legends. They are, they are documented atrocities. Yet Soludo wants us to believe they are not even 0.1% of the problem. Soludo want us to believe there is no Fulani that is doing all these things. Soludo, that is not leadership. This is will I say is blindness or political loyalty to Abuja, just trying to make Abuja feel all right, or Aso Rock, people in Aso Rock feel all right by labeling all the crimes to Igbo people. When a governor downplays external aggression to appease political allies, the result is community left defenseless. Yes, as he's saying this thing now, these Fulani people, they have more reason to attack more. Now, in case you've not seen the video where this girl was, explaining what this Fulani men did to her and her brother, I'm going to play the video for you guys to see. Just stay with me in this live section. So, guys, you can see when Soludo is saying that 99.9% of criminals are Igbo people, they're leaving the community, defenseless. Victims, families made to feel invisible. Perpetrators are being emboldened because the state will not name them. That is it now. Defending Fulani now, they will even be attacking in broad daylight because at the end, they will not blame them. They will blame the Igbo people. It is the same dangerous silence that allowed attacks in Plateau, Benue, and Southern Kaduna to become normalized. Today, they normalize genocide. That is it. This is not about hating a tribe. This is about acknowledging the source of attack so they can be stopped. Acknowledge where it is. Call the names of these people. Say that, call a spade a spade. If it's, Fulani terrorists, call them. Call them by their name and tell them that it's them that is doing this thing. But then they will not call them even when they know that it's them. They won't call them. This is not about hating a tribe. This is about acknowledging the source of the attacks so that they can be stopped. If an attacker is Fulani, say it is. If he's Igbo, say it is, but do not erase Fulani terrorism from security map just because you fear political, repercussions. A governor is the chief security officer of his state. His oath is to defend all lives in Anambra state. Guys, there's something that Amnesty Nigeria actually released. He said that the people attacking in the southeast are, he mentioned Nigerian military. Amnesty International, released this report recently saying that it is, he said that it is, okay, let me just, go through let me just tell you guys what Amnesty Nigeria released recently. I was shocked. Even them, they already know who is doing this thing. No, they said they are not unknown gunmen. Amnesty International report says Southeast Nigerian gunmen are non-community members. So according to them, they said armed groups referred to as unknown gunmen in Nigerian Southeast are, in reality, non-members of very communities they terrorize. Amnesty International has said in a damning new report that accuses both states. They have accused both state and non-state actors of widespread killings and human rights abuse in the region. Guys, can you imagine? They said in the 128-page report, A Decade of Impunity, Attacks and Unlawful Killings in the Southeast Nigeria, released in July 2025, documents a catalog of atrocities committed between January 2021 and December 2024 by the Nigerian military. They mentioned the Nigerian military. They said that they released the report about 128-page. That report documented, decades of impunity, attacks, in the southeast, and they said they accused the Nigerian military, police, the state-backed Ebubago militia. They call it Ebubago. Now, Ebubago is one vigilante group in Anambra State, which Governor Soludo actually established. You can see now they will now form during Monday Starts Home. Now they will come out and start buying, people, and they will be like it is unknown government. Amnesty Nigeria is trying to tell us that it is not unknown government. These people are, insiders. It is insiders. It is insiders. So, guys, you can see now. Take a look. They actually mentioned IPOB, but now let me now tell you that these people that claim they're IPOB, that are committing crime, they are not IPOB. They're just, these people are not. They are not true members of IPOB. They just want you guys to see IPOB as a terrorist organization. Guys, take a look at what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, some years ago. Take a look.
Somebody's asking why can't Niger Delta Avengers resume their job? It's because they listen to politicians. Once you listen to a politician, you're gone. Once you listen to them, you are finished. You are finished. Our people must be guarded and disciplined at all times, please. No criminality or ill discipline will be tolerated. If you attack any business or goods belonging, I don't know, if I say it now, people start burning their businesses down, asking for compensation from IPOB. I'm not going to go any further. You must know that the zoo you are in, they are very good when it comes to propaganda. Please, very, very good. We cannot afford to give them any space or room to portray us in a bad light. Please, we must be very, very careful. We must not give our enemies any reason whatsoever to tarnish our image. Fulani terrorists in the bushes and those in uniform are our main targets. You must understand this very carefully. If this gulag thing doesn't work, they will bring somebody else to kill, to blame it on IPOB. Actually, they will burn our markets in Lagos. They burnt Ladipo. Was it yesterday they burnt Ladipo? Because I exposed Alaba, they now went to Ladipo. It's Tinubu that is doing it. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the one doing it. Any day we retaliate now, people will start talking rubbish. Now that Tinubu is busy burning down Igbo markets in Lagos, nobody will talk. Please, very, very important. There is a video in circulation, one idiot trained by the zoo police to claim he was part of ESN before. We must be very, very careful. I don't believe in mentioning names, but something came up. We had somebody before that put the lives of our people in danger. His name is Uche Lionheart. Anywhere you see him, you should arrest him and hand him over to the nearest ESN command. He was a deep mole within our structures and is directly responsible for the deaths of very many gallant fighters within us. He was an informant for the zoo security agencies for some time now. Wherever you see him, arrest him and hand him over to the nearest ESN command. His name is Uche. He was formerly one of my bodyguards. They call him Lionheart. He moved from Obibo into Imo State. He is working for the zoo. He was the one that compromised our structures in Iguacha. The same thing he tried to do in Imo State. We are investigating if he had a hand in the death of Ikonso in terms of giving away his movement. His name is Uche Lionheart. If you find him, you know what to do. He's a traitor. He is a traitor. Very, very important. Of course, Onisha will comply. If you have been dealing with him, Uche or Lionheart, if he's been sending you videos before, you are part of the problem also. Anybody who contacts him, Chineke Namerega better, because you are a dead animal walking. He is evil. He is evil. Uche, his name is Lionheart, is evil. He is working for the zoo. He is working for the zoo. He is an enemy. Because of him, we have lost very many people. He is the one that will tell the zoo police where to find our people. He is the one. You send him on an errand, he will set the people up, and the zoo police or army will arrest them. That is what he does all the time. And that era has come and gone. Be very, very careful, please. And I want his pictures everywhere, circulated everywhere, so you know who you're dealing with. He is evil. And you know me, I don't hide anything. If you are within our structures in ESN and work for the zoo, I will come live on air, I will expose you, I will put your pictures everywhere. Those of them in America that were contacting him before, do you see what you have done? That was why I said, nobody from abroad should contact our men on the ground. That was what I said. Now you can see the reason why. Now you can see the reason why. He is evil. Very, very evil. And everybody who's ever dealt with him, you are also a suspect. Right now, because I can't trust you. Uche was a mole and a traitor within our midst, and he's finished. And on that note, we have come to the end of our program this very morning. We must be very, very careful. I want this very lockdown. Sometimes I don't want very strict enforcement of lockdown because I want to see how many of our people are into what we are doing. How many of them willingly accept what we are doing. But all the same, I thank you all this very morning for listening. Do not forget what Biafra means to us. Do not forget the sacrifices of those who went before us. And for their sake, we are going to get Biafra. Chukwu Kikabiama will give us Biafra. From me, from here, with all the love in my heart, this very day, it is. Good morning.
So, guys, you heard what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. That was his old broadcast, sha. That was his old broadcast. He said a lot of things. Now why I played that video is for you guys to see that there are some, because Amnesty International actually said that Nigerian military personnel, Ibubago and then IPOB, Eastern Security Network, are the ones attacking in the east. Now you just heard what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. There are some policemen that parade as IPOB. They commit crimes as a police person, and then they will say it's an IPOB, just like this man Onyami, which they said was a Nigerian military personnel, and then has been committing all sort of crime, and then they said he claimed he's an IPOB. He's from the Eastern Security Network. Guys, you can see this is just efforts to just label IPOB or the movements a terrorist organization. That is all. So now I'm just telling you, the people they are calling that they are the ones, the people in Eastern Security Network that are calling, they are the ones terrorizing in the south. These are people. These are not, these people just claim they are not real members of IPOB. They're not real members of IPOB. And then, according to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he said people that we should focus on are these terrorists, these Fulani terrorists. They are the ones. Kanu was actually right. He has been warning us of these Fulani men. Fulani militants has been named by international human rights and reports and even Nigerian security agencies as major actors in rural massacre across Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra. Abia mentioned them. This is what they are doing. Soludo just betrayed Igbo. He betrayed, like when he said that thing, I was so disappointed that a Southeast governor cannot just say the truth. Call it by the name. Now, Governor Soludo here is the challenge. Go to the family of that murdered young boy in Anambra State. Look at them in the eyes. Tell them that 99.9% of criminals in this state are Igbos, while their son's blood is still fresh from Fulani's hand. If you cannot do that, then retract your statements and start speaking the truth to power. And the most of these killings and kidnapping is in Anambra State. Every time you keep hearing, you're asking yourself, what's Governor Soludo doing in Anambra State? Look at the governor of Enugu State. Look at what he's doing. Despite, okay, you will say the Fulani part terrorizing Yamufu, they're attacking Yamufu, but at least the governor is working. The governor is building road. The governor is transforming Enugu. When you go to Abia State, the same thing. What is Governor Soludo saying? What he does is to come out, live to tell people that, Igbos are betraying Igbos. That is his work. Saying that if they release Kanu, it's not going to end insecurity. And it's your duty as a governor to end insecurity going on in your state. He's not doing any. People have even come out to complain that, Soludo has failed for how many years now? The East must understand that security begins with truth. If we let politicians whitewash the identity of our killers, tomorrow's victims will be more numerous and tomorrow tears will flood our land. Why don't you call the names of people that are doing this thing so that they can stop it? If you're defending them, it makes them more bold to commit more crimes, because they will say at last you and they will not be labeled, or you will not blame them. Governor Soludo has no problem publicly labeling Igbo youth as 99% of the problem. But when Fulani had S-men kill, kidnap, and rape in Anambra State, his tongue becomes soft. This selective outrage is not just hypocrisy; it is dangerous governance, guys. It tells Igbos you are the problem. It tells Fulani attackers that you are invisible. If we set aside emotions, Soludo claims it fails the logistic test. Where did the 99.9 figure come from? Police record, security report, or his own imagination? Abi he's just him, it's just his imagination, because there's no proof. If he truly has data, let him publish it for public scrutiny. Otherwise, there is nothing more than fabricated statistics designed to support a political narrative. I would just feel he just designed this thing saying that 99.9% of criminals are Igbo or Southeast people. We have heard of many attacks by Fulani men, like uncountable. Now, in case you've not seen that video, take a look at this young girl, saying that Fulani bite her brother. Take a look.
Okay. Emmanuel.
I would eat my gaggy course for me. I thought someone named my half fully answer with lie. Yes, now I will when you manner.
Don't say book in Emmanuel.
Definitely. I will cross on me. Yes, I say I lie down. I lie down. I see me papa. Me papa, I say I had dinner, young dinner, or just no man may come away and never see you. Market is in Tizium.
It is a mabuto going
Emmanuel.
Then do good over there.
Definitely.
It is a mabuto. So, Mazi Nnamdi again.
I was more mutual outcome. I tell up Naka, I some of one music, I some more also. Bomb was also that is in me. I crack ebb. We use a Sabaram. Abalas also. That is using
Donadia.
When you the Fulani. I will balance also that was I has what I read. Yeah, more was also weapon.
But there was a Taza.
Uzo Amansi.
Okay. But everyone of Maya, you could assume me whether the panels.
Eh.
Okay. Good.
So, guys, you heard what the girl said. She explained, in detail, saying that it is Fulani men that bite her brother. I don't know if you understand or understood what that girl said. She was explaining that her brother, they kidnapped her and her brother, and then, she said that they kidnapped her and her brother, and then when they kidnapped them, the Fulani men asked her. This thing is happening in Anambra State. This thing is happening in Anambra State, guys. But then the governor of Anambra State will come out and tell you that, it is not Fulani men that is doing this thing, it is Igbo people. Here is the evidence that Soludo has just lied to us. Here's the evidence. Now, if you don't understand that thing, because she spoke in Igbo language, she said that, the Fulani men actually kidnapped her and her sister and her brother, the two girls and a boy. And then when they looked for her sister, the sister ran away, and it was remaining her and her brother. And then they told the girl to remove her clothes. They told the girl to remove her clothes, and then, for her brother, you can imagine what this Fulani is doing. For her brother to lie with her, and then the boy refused. The boy said, "I won't do this. Instead, mind me." That was what the boy did. After the boy said that, guys, they finished him with machete, guys. Honestly, you see these atrocities these people are committing in Igbo land. They will not go to their side and do this thing. They'll be parading with cows. Imagine how will, in this 21st century, Fulani men be seen with cow. They will be seen with cows in the bush in Igbo land. What are they doing in the bush? How? And when you even talk about this thing, the government will not say anything. During the olden days, do they parade cow like this? What are these cow doing for us? What's the essence of this cow in this country? Does this cow in any way provide income for us in this country? These cows are saying, you see cow in bushes, you're asking, what are they doing here? They use the opportunity to buy people. Inside their bag, they carry AK-47, they carry knife, kidnapping people. Imagine, because of the boy refused to lie with her sister, these Fulani people took his life in Anambra State. Is this not painful? And then a Southeast governor, Anambra State governor, will tell you that 99.9% of criminals are Igbo. Is that not betrayal? This is the same thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been shouting right from time. saying that these people are Fulani people, that you can't tell him otherwise. And the people that we should focus on is these Fulani people. Guys, after this thing happened, no arrest will be made. Because this is Nigeria for you. If you have anything to say, drop it in the comment section. Let's talk about. Hi, Mary. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this live section. Stay with me as I have a lot to share with you guys. So now, let me tell you why this silence benefits Abuja. Now, by if Soludo come out and say that these criminals are actually they are not the Igbo people, they are not Fulani men. He's making them bold enough, and then he's downplaying Fulani violence. Soludo keeps in good standing with the federal power structure, a structure that has consistently denied and minimized Fulani-linked terrorism nationwide. They don't call it Fulani attack, or they call it headers farmer clash, header farmer clash. That's what they call it. They don't want to call it what it is. They don't want to call a spade a spade. Guys, it is easy for him to blame our own people than to confront Abuja and risk political backlash, guys. So now, leadership is not about comfort, it's about truth in the face of danger. If you don't have evidence that is Igbo that is doing this thing, don't talk. If you have evidence, let us know. Call a spade a spade. Call the people that are doing this thing. Call the attackers by their name. Don't label all these things to Igbos, making it look like Igbos are the problem we have in this country. When Governor Soludo branded 99.9% of criminals as Igbos, he sends a toxic message to young people. You are naturally the problem. Yes, he encouraged these bandits to continue what they're doing because at last they won't be blamed. They won't be blamed. Look at Soludo that is supposed to protect lives and properties in Anambra State, because Soludo swore to protect life and properties without fear of evil. That oath does not allow him to protect certain criminals with silence, why he labels others. You vowed, but look at what is going on in Anambra State. Anambra State is the talk of the town in the southeast. It is where the crimes are. Is he trying to defend himself by saying this people are not Fulani? What have you done as a governor to end these killings going? Okay, even if it is Igbo you claimed, what are you doing to end it? Every time you keep hearing different atrocities being committed in Anambra State. Even people from Anambra State are even crying, saying, what kind of a governor is this? How many years now? What has it done? When you go to Enugu State, you see what the governor is doing. When you go to Abia State, you see what the governor is doing. So you can see, if Fulani terrorism in Anambra is erased from the record, it creates policy blindness, no security measures to counter them. Yes, now, media silence. The story dies before it spreads. Future generations will never know the truth. This is how the genocide is buried before it's even fully acknowledged. Soludo denial also insults global intelligence report, because US State Department, even Amnesty International, just like I showed you, and Global Terrorism Index have all documented the roles of Fulani militants in Nigeria's insecurity. A governor contradicting these findings without evidence in either uninformed and deliberately misleading. Now let me tell you what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying right from time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying this thing right from time, but they all turned deaf ears. They called him all sort of names. Now, exactly, this is the part Soludo and others in his political circle don't want to admit. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was right all these days. He was right all along. We actually, we waived what he said as if he made no sense. They waived what he said. They were like, this one is making noise. They called him all sort of name, but what he said is happening today in our own very eyes, before our very eyes. Kanu warned us years ago, long before Soludo became president self. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was on the air warning the southeast about the infiltration of this, invasion of this Fulani armed group into our forest, farmlands, and highways. He said kidnappings, rape, and killings would increase if Eastern leaders continue to play politics instead of defending their people. It will increase. It's not happening today. Instead of Soludo to defend, his people, he's playing politics, defending Fulani men. That is why you see that crimes is not even decreasing in reducing in Anambra State, because he embodies them the more. When you come and when you defend them, they will commit more crime, because they will say at last you won't blame them. When Kanu said that the killings, the kidnapping, the rapings will increase in the southeast leaders if eastern leaders doesn't defend their people, if they keep on playing politics, they laughed at him. They called him an alarmist. Now, what is happening today? But today, those warnings are playing out in real life. And Soludo denial proves Kanu was not only correct, but that the same politicians who ignored him are now working to bury the truth. That is just it. Had leaders acted when Kanu first raised the alarm, communities would have been mobilized for local defense. Forest settlers or settlements would have been dismantled before they become terrorist hideouts. The murder of this Anambra young man could have been prevented. Instead, leaders chose to fight the messenger while protecting the silence around the real threat. They fought Kanu till today. They have locked him up. And then, because Kanu came out to say the truth, they locked him up. And a man has come out to expose that it is Soludo and other Southeast governors that are responsible for Kanu's illegal detention. Now, just take a look. I'll play a clip of this video to hear for yourself what this soldier said.
A lot of Nigerians are ignorant of what Kemi is doing. What is Kemi doing?
Yes. Hello, Nigeria. But if you what? Yes. Hello, Nigerians. They are trying to silence me, but with God, they failed to silence me. I want to analyze something concerning the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody is just talking here and there about Nnamdi Kanu. But what is keeping Nnamdi Kanu in the prison today is saboteurs. Because of the saboteurs, some selfish people that will make the good movement of this nation, that will make the betterment of this nation, not to appear to the people of this nation. Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter. You see that how Nigerian leadership are turning this country upside down. That every human being or the citizen of this country, they are not getting it right. You see that hospital, you are not well treated. You see that in police station, your case are not be well taken care of. Security everywhere. There is no security. He decided to say no, and he know the history, and he decided, let me get my own country, Biafra. And the history of Biafra, he makes that history that a lot of indigenous people of Biafra, they are fighting for this country called Biafra for a very long time before he was born. And he stood up. A saboteurs in the east. The people holding Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria today, in the prison today, is not the government, it's not the president. How can the president hold Nnamdi Kanu when all the whole charges against him is not guilty to it? The people holding Nnamdi Kanu in this country today is the leadership, the leaders in the east, the governors. Let me make sure I am not afraid of anything. The governor of Enugu, your hand there for Nnamdi Kanu. The governor of Anambra, your hand there for Nnamdi Kanu. Hope Uzodinma, your hand there for Nnamdi Kanu detention. The governor of Abia State, your hand there for Nnamdi Kanu detention. Wike, your hand there for Nnamdi Kanu detention. Now, they hold Nnamdi Kanu, make it they know what? Release her Una say if they release Nnamdi Kanu, say problem go there for east. How problem go there? Nnamdi Kanu there for detention. Problem not there for the east. Is Fulani not killing the people of the Igbo land? Is Fulani not killing people inside east today? The governor of Enugu is an impotent governor. Fulani herdsmen is killing your people. You are not doing anything. You did not take anything action. It was the youth that said they must gain Biafra. They are the one fighting. They are the one pursuing those Fulani away from their land. You will keep her because of selfish interest. Those people I just mentioned, they are behind the arrest. They are behind the detain of Nnamdi Kanu. They want Nnamdi Kanu to die in that prison so that anything concerning Biafra should not rise again. It's a lie. Nobody can stop the sun to shine. The worm when they eat cola, the worm when they chop cola, is they inside cola. So the people killing Nnamdi Kanu, the people that said Nnamdi Kanu will not be released, they are charging him reckless and nonsense charges. They are the governor, the House of Representatives that is represent all the whole senatorial district in the east. They are against him. They are the one that said Nnamdi Kanu will not gain freedom. That if they gain Biafra, them who is now the governor, so-called Nigeria, they will not have any political space in the Biafra. They will chase them away from Biafra because they did not start for them to gain Biafra. It's only Nnamdi Kanu and Samuel Ekpa that gain Biafra. So therefore, they don't want the Biafra to stand. So my advice to the IPOB today, Nnamdi Kanu is in detention, going to court every day. And you people are creating sit at home. Let me tell you today, sit at home will not solve the problem. Sit at home will not bring Nnamdi Kanu out of that place. Let me advise you people. I'm talking to you. If you know you are the commander in the IPOB, in the movement of Biafra, you stand, you are a true, you are not a bloodshear, you are not a ritualist, hiding in the umbrella of IPOB, say you are fighting for Biafra. If you are not, you are the real Biafra. I'm talking to you. Sit at home will not bring Nnamdi Kanu out of prison. Sit at home will not make the problem that Nnamdi Kanu is having be solved. Nnamdi Kanu issue is being adjourned to October 10. I advise you people to make movement to Abuja October 7. You people should occupy everywhere in Abuja. If they judge the case that on the 10th of October and they did not release Nnamdi Kanu, you people should make sure that you hold DSS office. Now once that they die, you people are in the east, IPOB here and there. You don't want Nigerian, you don't want this one. Sit at home every Monday will not solve problem to bring Nnamdi Kanu out of the prison because the whole governors in the east, they are the one holding Nnamdi Kanu. Now then they do guluma, make them not release Nnamdi Kanu. So therefore, if you hold the whole governors in the state ransomly, they not go off in, nobody attend, nobody take for governor house. They should go to Abuja and tell the president to release Nnamdi Kanu, that Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist leader. They will do. But you people keep quiet. You are doing to the left side of the story.
So, guys, I don't know how else to say this, that, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and then IPOB is not a terrorist, or is not a terrorist, or neither they are not a terrorist organization. I don't know how else to tell you guys that, because there have not been any reports concerning them. Just as the Canada said, a Canadian court said that the terrorist organization in Nigeria is the PDP and APC. Did they mention IPOB? So, guys, you can see there are people that we need to focus on. Soludo here says 99.9%. Actually, that's 99.90. What is remaining? You're actually saying everybody in the southeast are criminals. Okay, and where it's happening mostly is in Anambra State. No effort to stop it in Anambra State. No effort at all. You can see that this man was also blaming the Southeast governors for holding Kanu as well, called Soludo. Soludo also said that the release of Kanu cannot stop insecurity, meaning that no matter how meaning that if they release Kanu, the insecurity will not stop. So he's saying that they shouldn't release Kanu. You can see that his hand, just like this man said, allegedly, his hand can be part of the people keeping Kanu there. So remember what Kanu has been saying. If you have not watched that video of where the girl, because we're talking about what happened in Anambra State yesterday, take a look at what the girl said. That Fulani bite her brothers. Take a look.
Okay. Emmanuel.
I would eat the course for me. I thought someone named my half fully until we fly. Yes, now you boo.
Go as I book in Emmanuel.
Definitely. I will cross on me. Yes, I lie down. I lie down. I see me papa. Me papa, I say I had dinner, young dinner, or just no man. Come away and make us in you. The market is in Tiziamo.
It is a mabuta going
Emmanuel.
Then do good over there.
Definitely.
It is a mabuta. So, Messi Guinea, Messi again.
I was more Muchila has some music, I some more also. Bombers also is in me. I crack ebb. We need to say about also. That is
Anything done at the end.
in the Fulani. I work balance also that was I has work alive. More about also weapon.
But there was a Kaza.
Uzo Amansi.
Okay. But everyone of Maya, you could also meet whether the tenancy.
Eh.
Okay. Good.
So guys, you hear what the girl said, called their name, said it's Fulani that bite her brother. Now let me now tell you that Kanu, has been warning the Southeast, in fact, everybody in Nigeria of this Fulani invasion. Kanu didn't speak in vague terms. He named Fulani herdsmen as the armed invaders in Nigeria. He pointed to the forest in Anambra, pointed to the forest in Ebonyi, Enugu, and Abia states where they are camping. He warned that their mission was not cattle rearing, but territorial conquest through violence. He warned. He said everything he described is exactly what we are seeing today. Is it not true? The kidnappings, the killings, and displacement. Is it not what is happening today? Kanu explained that Fulani gunmen choose their targets carefully, ambushing isolated highways, attacking farmers to drive them off the land, using kidnapping for ransom to fund further operation. This is not petty crime. This is not petty crime. This is an organized campaign. And pretending it doesn't exist. From the killing of farmers in Ozo Owani and the kidnapping recently going on in Nnewi Okigwe Road, eyewitnesses reportedly identified these attackers as Fulani speaking armed men. They say it to the one happened in Imo State though, just like this video you just watched. They identified these attackers. Eyewitnesses say that even in Imo State, the eyewitnesses are saying that these attackers are Fulani speaking armed men. These accounts match exactly what Kanu said would happen long before they became frequent news headline. Now today, it has become a daily news. Why Soludo and other Southeast politicians avoid calling Fulani attackers by name, Kanu called them out without fear. He paid the price for that honesty, but the truth he told cannot be erased by political speeches or fake statistics. Kanu's warning was not baseless. Amnesty International also reported the same thing about these Fulani attackers in Igbo land. The US State Department reported as well. Global Terrorism Index all documented Fulani militants as one of the deadliest terrorist groups in the world. Soludo ignores this mountain of evidence, but Kanu spoke about it long before these reports made global headlines. So guys, you can see the Nigerian government will not call these Fulani terrorists. They will not call them terrorists, but they will go ahead and call IPOP terrorists, even without any. There's no record of them. Kanu connected the dots. He said attacks in Plateau, Benue, Taraba, South Kaduna, and now Anambra and other parts of the East region. They are the same violence network. This means Soludo assessment is not just wrong, it is dangerous. It is dangerously out of touch with the national security reality. Kanu warned that this Fulani strategy relied on two things, which are political denial from compromised leaders and fear among the population by erasing their roles in public statements. Soludo is literally helping them carry out step one of their strategy by trying to defend them and labeling it to others. So now, Kanu warned years ago that Fulani herdsmen would not stop at Benue or Plateau. He said they will come down to the east. They will push deeper into the east. True to his words, Anambra saw it, is seeing it now. The Aguleri kidnapping, the one that happened in Abia, and the rest. All these were traced to be Fulani camps. The very thing Kanu said will happen is happening today. Kanu was right. Kanu specifically mentioned that Fulani gunmen will use forest as operational bases from Molumba north to Anam. Instead of dismantling them, politicians pretended they were peaceful cattle rearers. Now, those same hideouts are used to launch attacks like that one that, bite this young man. May he so rest in peace. A little boy that was kidnapped and later killed by Fulani men yesterday because he refused to lie with his sister. What kind of atrocities what kind of thing is this? What kind of thing is this? When Kanu said Fulani would target the southeast for land grabs, many laughed and called it conspiracy theory. But displacement of locals from their farmlands in Anambra and Enugu is now well documented, just like in Eyamofo. They are crying. Eyamofo is known for food, but right now, they can't even go to their farms to farm because of these Fulani terrorists. They have occupied everywhere. The same people who mocked him now are now pretending pretending the threat doesn't exist. Why can't you just call their names and say that the ones doing this thing? Why are you labeling it on innocent Igbo people that has no record of killing without evidence? So Kanu said Fulani terrorism would follow a 3-step method. They said they will move into rural areas quietly. They said they will establish camps in forests. They will launch rants for ransom and land control. Every attack in Anambra by Fulani government hits the exact same pattern that Kanu said. From farmers, to traders, adopted in the Inteje. You guys know Inteje Road. Eyewitnesses repeatedly describe these attackers, as Fulani, not Igbo. Igbo speaking, they say these attackers are speaking Fulani, not Igbo. When the Igbo people start speaking Fulani, these testimonies are living proof that Kanu's statements reflect reality, not tribal bias. Despite political reluctance, Nigerian police reports and military briefing in past years have acknowledged Fulani herdsmen as armed aggressors in part of Anambra and the East. So those 99.9% Igbo criminals comments, directly contradicts his own state security and intelligence. Kanu's words are not just political, he's not speaking out of political games. His words are, survival guide that we, Igbo leaders should have, listened to. If not, this boy that died yesterday will not have died. In 2014, Kanu has, had said on Radio Biafra that Fulani terrorists will take control of Nigeria and the government will remain inactive. This is one of the new, accurate, directly quoted statements from Kanu's broadcast that documented in a reputable news source. Additionally, before his arrest, Kanu was quoted warning that herdsmen are Fulani people and they are coming. That is what Kanu said. Is it not happening today? This quote clearly shows the nature of what Kanu said, that Fulani herdsmen were not just criminals but a larger agenda of domination. They will dominate lands. Warning that are now echoed across the southeast territory in ongoing security crisis. In multiple Radio Biafran broadcasts before his 2015 arrest, Kanu stopped using the polite terms herdsmen. He called them Fulani terrorists and warned that cattle rearing story was just a cover of armed invasion. They'll be moving their cow from one place to another. They are just, they'll say they are cattle rearers, that, their cows are grazing. It is not what it is, though. It is not what it is. It is not what it is. That isn't grazing as, to lie to you guys. Why, as they are grazing, they are buying people. As they are grazing, they are buying people. So, guys, you can see what is happening in Anambra State. It's so sad that this boy was kidnapped and then they buyed him because he refused. The Fulani terrorist asked him to lie with his sister. I can't even imagine such an atrocity. And the boy refused and said, instead of doing this, they buy me. Oh my God. And they buy this boy. So guys, we have come to the end of this live section. Do what, hit that subscribe button, like and share this video. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you guys next time.